Okay, so stage 2. I'll just go through the basic principles of Ark. So obviously it's a mirrored map, cut in half, red on the bottom, blue on the top, points per minute. Every structure totals to 1,180 points per minute. The altars are worth 150 points per minute each, totaling 600. So that's why predominantly strategy wise we tend to focus on the altars, because 600, that's more than half of the total points per minute you can gather. Okay, so let's just say we're on the red, the gate's down here. Like I said in stage 1, we should have the T1, so the R5 really should be a T1 guy going outpost obelisk, and then the guys spawning also close to the gate are going the other side. So you want one T1, one T1. This is something we will for every single arc we will nail in who's doing what, because there is, if you're at the front you can go outpost, obelisk, shrine of life, and then you can even still teleport. You can get into that shrine of life before you can teleport. It's only like 2 or 3 seconds, and then just recall and then away you go. Okay, so the first things that are open are the 3 outposts and the obelisks. So obviously we need to take them as quickly as possible. That's like the initial stage, and then once you teleport, everything else kind of opens up around the same time, but we need to be in position to take the other structures. One thing that's missed quite a lot is the bottom shrine of life, or on the other side the top shrine of life. So we need to make sure we've got people in position. Where we're going with the videos, we want to just make a brief video before each arc of who's doing what, if possible. I think that's something we're working on, something we'd like to do in the future. Okay, so well, I'm the middle team, so I basically know what we're doing from the bottom. We're taking the middle outpost. I'll probably do that, or Metacog, and then we meet at the Shrine of War, and then we go towards the enemy desert altar, and the aim is to take this. There's no point being sat in the middle for 7 minutes. So yeah, we're kind of heading here, and then if we're on the top side, the blue side, it's just mirrored, we're same sort of thing. Take this, meet here, and then head here, and make sure we get. So either side, it's just mirrored, straightforward. That's the middle sort of strategy at the minute. Flank wise, I think moving forward, especially for the Osiris League, we should definitely be rallying our own obelisks, probably with infantry. This also can be R4s, so they're closer to the gate. The ones that are launching the rallies. This is something we'll figure out man for man as we move forward. And then launching cavalry rallies on the enemy obelisks. This is just to get 1.5 million or whatever troops up the map. So it'll come through this way. And you can break them here, and then with that rally and support coming from marchers plus the middle team on both sides, mirrored map, we should be able to easily secure the enemy desert altar. The key to this is with that extra force, with the middle team being there, we should be able to hold it, because you can take it initially, but then you need to hold it for 3 minutes until you occupy it, and if you get the first occupation, it's 750 points. And with the middle team being here, it could also free up more marchers to come this way to make sure we're at least holding down this and holding down this, and then if we can get 3 out of the 4 first occupation rewards, that gives us straight away 750 points advantage. So yeah, infantry rallies on our own obelisk, I'd say they'll get there in and around, if we're quick and smart on it, that they'll get there in and around any enemy cavalry, but we can have marchers going there just in case, but if we're quick, the infantry will get there, and there is certain infantry you can use as rally leaders that have march speed, so they will get there quicker. That's something we'll look at in the future. And then yeah, the cavalry rallies. There's an argument over what to use as rally leaders. Obviously, you can go like a speed cow kind of route, rather than like an obvious, oh yeah, they're definitely attacking our obelisk. If you use a more mobility focused rally lead, if they're wise, they'll see, oh yeah, obviously they're going to break it and go for the altar, so that's something we can also figure out for the future. But basically we want to get up the map as quickly as possible, and then if we can grab the Shrine of War on this side, or we can break and take this, or definitely this side, we'll break it here. We'll get this for sure, as long as we get into it first. Anything else to point out? Open field. I've noticed in so many arcs there's too much open field going on in these areas. So you imagine this like a diamond, like you shouldn't be open field combating
Fill the rallies
in this diamond. You need to be holding these structures, and this is quite easy. Like we teleport here, or we teleport here. We shouldn't lose these structures. We need designated people. Obviously garrison captain, which we'll definitely be assigning that each fortnight. But yeah, we shouldn't be losing this. We should always have support here. And then when we're launching on this, you shouldn't be fighting here, open field. Your troops should be here, so that the rally will launch, and we have troops here ready to support the rally, either in a swarm or to reinforce. Obviously, if you're already in the rally, you can't reinforce the rally, but you can swarm. So if you're thinking, right, I'm already in the rally, I'm going to send marches here preemptively. You could use like an Ethelfled Joan, you could use a Ethelfled Barker, you could use, things like that can buff and debuff. That sort of stuff you should be thinking about. And then high DPS. Same on the other side. So yeah, main objectives, hold this. Shrine of Life, we've got time. If we see the rallies incoming, and like, alright, it's a cavalry rally, we can. It's just shouting it out early enough to see, okay, we've got a rally coming in on Shrine of Life. But like, it's easy to hold if we coordinate and communicate, and we're keeping an eye on the enemy rallies incoming. We should definitely be able to hold our own structures, because of how close we are. And this also brings in the teleports at the top. I think as the clock runs down, you gain like 2 teleports every 5 minutes. We need to use them quickly. Obviously it's easy, okay, you 5 are teleporting here, you 5 are teleporting here, but then we need people ready. I don't know exactly the minute, but it depends how quickly you take the obelisk, but it's every like 5 minutes. 3 minutes you occupy it, and then maybe 5 minutes after that you get 2 extra teleports. We need to make sure we use those teleports, get in here quickly, and then that means we got more bodies on the ground to fill our rallies and help defend our structures. Also, one very important thing is refreshing troops, especially in these buildings, because you're close. So an enemy rally comes in, we hold it, we're victorious holding it. Say you've got 80,000, 100,000, 120,000 troops left in there, just refresh them, send them home, send another march straight away. If you're just a filler, then just send whatever back in there, because you're not going to be garrison captain. Just make sure you fill it up with the right troops. Say it will be infantry or whatever we're countering the enemy with. So yeah, the main thing about that is, say this holds 1.5 million. If you've got 5 300k armies in there, you're at maximum capacity. But then if you've got people in there with 60, 70, 100k, you need 10, 12 armies to get it back up to maximum capacity. So refreshing troops is important. So then we've got spare marches available for rallying, for helping the middle and stuff like that. So always refresh troops. You're close to home, so just, we won the rally, send your army home, and at the same time send a different army back in there at 300k. Another thing, we've got spreadsheets, and Corona sends that form to fill out every 2 weeks. That is very important, because then we know which player has got commanders. They might have expertise, the commander, within that 2 weeks. They might have another 200,000 infantry or 200,000 archers or whatever. So it allows us those forms and those spreadsheets to figure out who is the best man or the best players for the job of defending or attacking or whatever. So yeah, just make sure you fill in those forms, and that's how we use the spreadsheets, just to figure out who goes where, basically.